In this video, I want to discuss how many pixels do I need. Very often we get asked, what resolution should my document be? So a real quick definition of what we mean by raster and vector. You may have heard those terms. Simply said, a raster file uses pixels to represent objects and graphics. You can see this image here of this watercolor, this turtle. When you enlarge it, you can actually see that it's broken down into these little squares, or what we call pixels. Common file formats: Photoshop, PSPs, JPEG, PNG, and TIFF. The other kind of file format is called vector. Vector files use shapes, ultimately mathematical equations, to represent objects and graphics. So you can see our logo here, and if we just enlarge that section, there's no squares. It just simply gets larger. That's because, just like you can in math, all we need to do is use a multiplier, and the object simply gets larger with no loss in quality. Raster is subject to a loss of quality when it enlarges. So file types for vector: AI, EPS, CDR, SVG. There's others, but those are the common ones. So how many pixels do I actually need? The rule of thumb to use comes down to your document size. If it's a small document, something small like a sticker, maybe it's only an inch tall by whatever wide, up to large posters, yeah, you really only need 225 to 450 dots per inch. PPI and DPI are the same for this conversation. You need that resolution because they tend to be viewed closely. The more closely something's viewed, the more resolution you'll need. With large format documents, maybe 16 by 20 and larger, these could be really large posters, banners, other kind of window wall graphics, things like that. You'll need less because they tend to be viewed farther away. In general, small format, think maybe somewhere around 300 to 350. Large format, maybe think around 150 to 200. In general, more pixels equals a larger file size. So the reason not to go much larger than you need, it's going to be more difficult to transfer that file and store that file on your local device. Bottom line, if you're creating a raster file for printing, for reproduction, please consult your print provider for the resolution necessary for your project.